Dear learners, so we are at the verge of completing our course of marketing, art and science of marketing from basics to breakthrough. In the last week, that is week 12, module 12, we are talking about the emerging marketing practices. And the second last session of last module is going to discuss certain elements related with hyper personalization, the experiential marketing, and the sensory marketing possibilities. I, Dr. Asutosh Mohan, Associate Professor at Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, would like to start the session with certain objectives. So, what are going to be our objectives of the session? We try to understand the concept of hyper personalization, experiential and sensory marketing, what exactly these are, and how exactly they are making changes or creating a kind of inroads in the consumers or the customer purchasing journey. We identify the brands which are creating immersive and individualized customer experience, that is simply to understand the theory with the practical, exposing you with certain kind of real life example. Let's start with the real life example altogether. This example is related with one of the company, Bombay Shaving Company. Now this Bombay Shaving Company with AI powered grooming kits, they tailor the product suggestion and packaging depending on the skin type, occasion, name. What they witness? 48% spike in conversion during Diwali 2023, and that came from real-time quizzes, packaging color and festive audio cue. Just imagine the power of personalization, maybe hyper personalization. Don't you think as a consumer, as a marketer, we have to have think, is an emotional experience something a razor kit can provide? What's your take? Razor kit can create an emotional experience? If it is hyper personalized, that's what Bombay Shaving Company did and witnessed such a big surge, nearly 50% surge in the sales by simply optimizing their offers with elements of personalization. They did wonders at the marketplace. So this is again one crucial element which we have to have understand. Now what is hyper personalization? Till now we talked about the customization, we talked about the personalization. Now I am talking about hyper personalization, something one step ahead of personalization. Hyper personalization goes beyond the personalization. It utilizes the AI, machine learning and vast amount of real time data to personalize the marketing messages and experience to individual customers. What it means? The personalization work with the past data. Hyper personalization work with the present data. It means in case of personalization, you are reacting and suggesting the future course of direction to your consumer. But in case of hyper personalization, you are fetching, you are getting the real time data and you are having possibility to intervene the present purchase decision of consumer. That is a real time creation, exposure and molding as per the requirement of the customer, and bring yourself in the choice set of customer with a kind of hyper personalized offers which you may create for individual customers. Just see the beauty of this figure. Every customer is treated one single black non-targeted customer. Now when we talked about the targeted customer, we divided into the colors. So we have the offer A for orange, offer B for green, offer C for blue. But what we are doing in the hyper personalization, just see, we are identifying every individual as a unique entity, and we are offering a unique product, a unique service as per the requirement to each and every customer. That is why it's a combination of different colors, hyper customized offer, which is neither a mass nor a targeted. It's a customization based on the individual requirement, and that too on a real time basis. How is it possible? It's not possible until unless you have the power of AI, machine learning and predictive analytics, which we covered in our last session. So what are the benefits of hyper personalization? Hyper personalization enhance the customer experience, obviously. What you are looking for, and someone is suggesting the best possible option, you feel happy, maybe delighted also. It increases the conversion rate. If you are getting a solution of your problem, don't you think you are happy to go for it? So conversion rates are by default increasing. It may improve the customer retention and lifetime value if your solutions are directed or hit the right target, the mindset. Then retention will be high, and accordingly you will witness the loyalty and the lifetime value of those customers are bound to be high. Optimize marketing spend. Now you are knowing the requirement, you are customizing, personalizing, hyper personalizing the offer based on the understanding. So there are less chances that your offers are going to be rejected. Even though saying this very hard, every time, even with hyper personalization, it's not necessary that consumer is supposed to accept or bound to accept your offer, but chances of wastage will reduce because you are offering a pinpointed solution to your consumer. Now what are the different components of hyper personalization? Just see in this figure, there are 6 components. One is data, other is offer, then we have message. In the right hand we are having channel, timing and testing. Now what is this? Data and channel. Just see, everything is linked with one another. Whatever data we are having generated by the channel, by the testing, we create as a market the different offers for the different types of customer, different types of channels, different types of customers. That's possible. And our offers as per the customer or channel will definitely have a customized kind of message, a very pinpointed directed message. These messages and the offer are timed as per the requirement, so that you simply identify this is the best moment to have an exposure of message and offer to this customer when the chances of conversions are high. So timing, the channel, that is crucial, and then you test whether it is getting success or it's getting failure, and accordingly again refining your offer, capturing data, changing offer, changing message, and working in this cycle very beautifully. This is what the different components of hyper personalization we need to understand. Let's take some of the real examples. Netflix. Many times we talked about Netflix. Why? Because OTT platforms are getting so popular. Thumbnail customization based on user behavior. They are simply customizing as per our requirement. Big Basket. They are suggesting add-on based on real-time cart plus consumption history. So if you are ordering bread and eggs every alternate day, and suppose on any alternate day you are not ordering, then Big Basket will send you, sir, ma'am, you need this product, should we send? Maybe. This kind of care and concern, just imagine for those who are living alone will help a lot to remind what they are actually looking for. Spotify, they are wrapped the campaign L1 personalized music story. They try to create that kind of exposure as per the preference of individual and creating stories with music. Now let's talk about the experiential marketing. What is experiential marketing? According to Schmidt, 1999, experiential marketing is all about creating meaningful interaction between consumer and brand that go beyond from product attribute and features. What actually it is? If I am simply selling you this particular pen by saying this pen is very good, this pen is beautiful, it is having very smooth writing possibility, the writing is going to be in kilometers, means long lasting refill is there, good enough. I tell you the attribute benefit. But if I offer you this pen and say just have an experience and just feel how comfortable grip we designed which no one else is offering, how smooth writing we are providing, just write a line and you realize how beautifully, how smoothly you are writing. Maybe it may give you a kind of nostalgia. If you use the fountain pen, you may have that kind of feeling. So besides selling the product and attribute, you are simply creating an experience, and that experience will go to your mind and remain in your mind for longer duration. That is that is entire thing about the experiential marketing which we have to understand as a marketer. Now what are the key principles of experiential marketing? First one is immersion and engagement. You have to immerse and engage the customer with experiential marketing. Authenticity and relevance. Remember, you cannot fool a knowledgeable customer. If your offers, if your solutions are authentic, they are relevant, then only the customer or consumer will indulge into experiencing the same. Otherwise, it's of no use. Personalization and customization. That is a necessity which we already discussed under the hyper personalization. Storytelling and emotional resonance. There should be a chord to connect with. There should be a story where the prospect or the customer can link himself or herself beautifully, and then this chord will work for you to make or to indulge into certain kind of experience creation. Then only the sharings will be possible. First you have to have created, involve it, and then if experience is good, sharings will be there. Even if it is bad, sharing will be there. Interactivity and participation. It need not to be all alone. You have to make it interactive. You have to have participate. You have to make it interesting. It's a surprise and novelty. If any particular experience is having certain kind of surprise, certain kind of unexpected things are happening, don't you think that surprise and novelty will remain in your mind for longer duration? Because you didn't expect and something happened which may be good, may be bad. But if it is good and if it is strike the right chord, don't you think that will have a long lasting impression? And that is what experiential marketing is looking for. Integration and consistency. That is what a requirement, because if you are creating an experience, a good experience, and for all other reasons the other experiences are going to be bad, then who is going to remember you? People will remember bad more than rather remembering the good ones. So consistency is a requirement. Measurability and ROI. You are creating experience, indulging lot of resources, but not getting any return. Will it serve any purpose to the marketer? You invested resources. You try to create an experience, but not fetching or not getting any return. Take the example. Royal Enfield is having the Royal Enfield retail outlets as studios where they try to create the experience with certain kind of setup invested on those particular creation of setup. And suppose if Royal Enfield was not able to generate or convert those retail experience into actual purchase of the product, don't you think that kind of investment of resources and space might be a waste? That's not happening altogether. That is another story. But you as a marketer need to understand that experience creation requires the resources. That means time, energy and money. And if you are not getting return, then there is no use, no question of creating these kind of ineffective experiences. Now, what might be the innovative strategies which we may have for experience sharing? For example, we may have interactive product demonstrations possible, where you simply we are finding in different malls and different marketplaces, there are kiosks, there are different stages where they gather, the marketer used to gather the individual, then exposing the different product or services and giving them an experience, have a feel, then only go for those products. So interactive product demonstration helps a lot. Themed networking events, leveraging social media for live event. Several time companies are actually sponsoring, creating an opportunity for network kind of event. If it is a real event, definitely, if I am saying real means, if it is an event on a physical mode, event need to be real to create experience. Don't try to misunderstand the same. If it is in a physical mode, you have to build that kind of network and find out the possibility, can it be live stream on different social media? So your exposure to provide that experience not only in physical but maybe through social media if possible as per your design, then you are leveraging the maximum. Virtual reality experience, that's what we are finding. If you select any product, suppose you are selecting a furniture, a table from any online store, the company is simply saying focus your camera where you want to place your table. You select the table, focus your camera on the specific area where you want to place the table. They will create a virtual reality where on your screen you will find the table is having the place as per your wish and evaluate whether it's looking good, bad, misfit, evaluate it. That is again a kind of experience created with virtual reality. Engaging customer success stories, that is sharing the experience, sharing the good experience because it's a success story. That's what the blogs, the reviews and all those things which we are reading before purchasing, and in case of services it's a usual phenomenon. Now some of the experiential campaigns, let's take few examples. Fevicol's interactive puzzles, the experiential booth in malls they established, and where the people are having those puzzles to solve and experience the power of Fevicol. Titan Smart Store, the virtual try-on mirror, a wrist-size customization, all those things they are providing in their selected Titan stores. Maggie food truck, Nestle, real-time cooking, aroma-based branding, where they simply try to create a kind of nostalgic effect after certain controversy, and they move the trucks to create that nostalgia with aroma. Aroma is again a kind of experience which they try to leverage. Now another component of experiential marketing, that is sensory marketing. And by and large, every one of us is having 5 sensory organs. So sight, IKEA showroom, example is IKEA showroom trails, where we can see and find out and experience what it might be and how it is going to solve our problem of furniture or furnishing. Sound, Zomato notification chimes. The sound with Zomato notification comes that reminds that we have to have ordered something. Smell, Starbucks brewing scent design. You just pass through the Starbucks, even outside the Starbucks, you feel the aroma of that coffee, and that may arouse the need to have a cup of coffee at a Starbucks. That is what sensory marketing is. Touch, Apple's haptic feedback on packaging. That is again a kind of experience which they created with our skin as a touch feel. Taste, Coca-Cola Freestyle. They offered 100 flavors in one machine. They didn't get too much success, but they offered. They tried to create. And this kind of taste experience we are finding in our day-to-day life in different malls, in different marketplaces, where the certain food products they are offering just have a taste, and if you like it, purchase it, place the order. That's a very usual practice. Sensory branding in retail and packaging, that is also possible. For example, Forest Essential, they are using the textured paper to have a feel by your touch, gold ink to soothe your eyes, and they are having perfume boxes, which is again soothing to your nostrils, your nose. Tanishq, the use of lightning, the ambient music in store design, that is creating that something royal, something elegant, something very valuable you are going to purchase. So the entire ambience. In fact, in case of services, the seventh P, physical evidence, is related with this sensory marketing altogether. Amul parlors, uniform smell of freshly churned ice cream. That is again creating a need to have a scoop, a cup, maybe a box of ice cream for your entire family. Now just see the convergence of these three. The hyper personalized marketing, the experiential marketing and sensory marketing, if combined together, it is creating a kind of equity that is called engagement equity. How much engaged you are, how much engaged as a consumer you are, it's the combination of all three, hyper personalized, experiential and sensory, and gives you an idea the engagement level of customers. So what are the learnings? Three learnings as per the tradition of my course. Modern consumers are engaged by data, design and delight working together. It means as a marketer you have to understand the preference of customer, collect as much as data, infer the meaning and customize, not to say customize, hyper personalize the offers. Sensory plus personal add to make memories. That is what experience, creation of experience. And it's possible if you indulge in totality. Ethical warning. Personalizing should not make one feel invaded. This is something which I highlighted in green marketing in terms of greenwashing. Here again, in case of offering the solution, if marketer try to intrude so much where the privacy will become a concern, then you are not creating a good experience, you are creating a bad experience and customer will try to avoid you. The prospect will always set apart and don't indulge in creation of any experience. So there is a thin line. You need data, but data need to be in such a manner where it's ethical. It's not intrusion in your privacy or intrusion in the privacy of consumer. If marketer knows the limit, then only a fruitful, ethical, sustainable kind of experience, creation and indulgence are possible. Now one of the session assignment or post session assignment which I keep on throwing to you, you just have to pick a brand of your choice and evaluate its engagement equity. Just try to identify whether that brand created some kind of hyper personalized offers to you, whether that brand created some kind of experience to you, and whether that brand also indulged you into some kind of sensory inputs to feel for. If it is, then that brand must have engagement equity. If you have further interest, read Deloitte report Experience Driven Marketing Trends 2024, which will give you a big analysis and idea what actually this is. So thank you so much. Thanks for involving your sensory organs to learn more and more. Happy learning, happy living.